Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. We're here in South Jordan, Utah. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Today we're going to explore South Jordan, Utah. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe and make sure you stay up to date on everything that's Utah and real estate. My name is Brady Summers and I'm with Seasons Real Estate, and I'm going to take you on a tour of South Jordan, Utah. South Jordan is in the southwest corner of Salt Lake County, and it goes from I-15 west over about to the mountain, from 118th south to 9400 south. I'm out here in front of South Jordan City Park, which is one of over 35 parks located here in South Jordan. They have over 250 acres of parks here in South Jordan, and open space that you can go and explore and play. Things that go from splash pads, skate parks, they've got tennis courts, pickleball, they've got baseball, all sorts of stuff. Also just behind me, a little bit off in the distance, it's the Salt Lake County Equestrian Park. With the 35 parks, there are 11 trails here in South Jordan that you can go walking through, hiking, and whatnot. Some of them are paved, some of them are gravel, just depending on where you're going. And there are also 3 different places you can go fishing, like little ponds that have the ability to go fishing as long as you have your fishing license. So normally on a less smoky day, you can see the Kennecott copper mines or the Bingham copper mines that are on the mountain behind us. It's one of the biggest copper mines in the world, and you can actually see it from space. The visitor center for the copper mines is actually considered in Harriman City, but why it's important to know about the copper mines is the land for Daybreak was donated from the recycled land from the copper mine. And the copper mine produces 18 to 25% of the used copper in the United States. It's a really awesome how much they put into the making it a renewable and less impact for the citizens and locals here. With it not being able to see the mountain from here, because it's just directly behind me, you can see it a little bit, but it's a little bit smoky. And that's kind of something that we need to talk about in these community videos, is if you have health problems like asthma or allergies or have difficulty breathing, the Salt Lake and Utah counties both kind of act like a bowl whenever we have inversion or a lot of smoke. And this smoke's coming from the fires that are in the surrounding states and a few of them here in Utah right now. The smoke just lingers inside of the valley because it's really difficult for it to get out over the mountains. So that's something you want to take into consideration. If you're moving to Utah and you have breathing problems, you may want to be up higher on the bench where you won't be as impacted by the smoke. So I'm out here in Town Center Square to talk about some of the dining and shopping options that there are here in South Jordan. Behind me is probably my favorite restaurant in South Jordan. It's called The Pie. It's a pizzeria place. The original one is up by the U of U campus, but this is just another extension of that. When it comes to restaurants in South Jordan, there is a ton of options. Every variety you can ever think of, and there are so many good choices. When it comes to shopping, there are about 4 different major shopping centers inside of South Jordan, and it has pretty much anything you could ever want, from Smith's to Walmart's and all sorts of the shopping that you could need. We're talking about the cost of living in South Jordan. The average purchase price of a home is $552,000, which is well above the state average, and it's because it's probably the most sought after western city in Salt Lake County. So if you go west of I-15, it generally becomes less desirable. But South Jordan is the exception to that rule, where people actually really do like living here, and the houses are a little bit bigger, they're a little bit nicer. There are some of the older ones that have been around since the late 1800s, but there's not a whole lot of those. So what does $552,000 buy you in South Jordan? It's going to buy you about a 4,200 square foot home with 4 to 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. And those would have been built within the last about 10 to 15 years. I'm here in front of Bingham High School, which is in South Jordan, here a part of the Jordan School District. And that's what all the schools inside of South Jordan go, is to the Jordan School District. There are a few private school options down here as well, but as far as the Jordan School District, it is a pretty desirable school to be in. And if you were to look at the ratings on niche.com, you'd see that it gets a B+ rating. So behind me here is Mulligans. It is a fun family activity center. It's got everything from miniature golf to full driving range, full golf course. It even has this really cool soccer golf course that you have playing 9 holes of golf with a giant soccer ball, which is a lot of fun. So there is also another golf course here in South Jordan called Glenmore Golf Course. Aside from that, other things to do in South Jordan, you've got your Megaplex theater that you can go and watch movies at. I've mentioned all the parks and the things you can do there. If you have any questions about South Jordan or want to know more about buying or selling a home in Utah, please reach out to us. We love helping people buy and sell and invest in Utah.